EVs might as well just be a thing of the past. Let's dive into the video to know more about the car and some other flying cars currently on sale. Starting off, the brand new flying car. A startup recently unveiled the details of its flying car's debut at Draper University in San Mateo, California. The Model A, an electric vehicle that PALV is in the process of developing, is referred to as the world's first genuine flying car. The Model A, according to the business, would look like a sleek electric automobile and be able to lift off and fly 68 miles vertically. The Model A would be a first-of-its-kind car that will look like an ordinary vehicle until you turn on flight mode, which is when the two pairs of wings will come out. Pretty futuristic, right? The business aims to compete in a market dominated by rivals with better technology, like the PALV gyrocopter and air car, which are already capable of flight and propulsion. However, Jim Duchovny, the chief executive and co-founder of PALV, disagrees. He has gone on to make the bold claim that the majority of these modern cars are not, in fact, flying cars. He told the BBC that because a flying vehicle must be a car, it needs to be driven on a regular road and find a regular parking spot. Additionally, it should be capable of vertical takeoff. According to Duchovny, if you require an airport to take off in your own car, what exactly is the problem being solved here? It just ruins the whole point of a flying car. Next up, all you need to do is flip to fly. So how is the Model A different? The vehicle's impeccable bodywork includes a mesh top surface that lets air pass through to the 8 propellers that generate lift inside the body. However, the amount of power needed to use them by themselves without the aid of wings would be prohibitive. PALV's next idea is to turn the Model A into a biplane to allow for longer flights. Following a vertical takeoff, the Model A will spin onto its side. The two-person cockpit will tilt so that the driver is still looking ahead, and the car will then change into a biplane, with the long sides of the car functioning as the top and bottom wings. If you visualize the typical biplane design of two wings atop one another, it's simpler to perceive in Model A. Moving on, what are the technical challenges the car faces? According to Forbes, it would fly similarly to the opener BlackFly, a current electric vertical takeoff aircraft. Although that's a brilliant idea, is it actually workable? Weight is increased while flying and driving together, as you need much bigger batteries when employing electrical power. Aeronautical engineer Professor Steve Wright of the University of the West of England claims that the design is exactly where you would expect it to be, on the cutting edge of what physics and technology can achieve. According to his visualization, the mesh may potentially produce a substantial amount of aerodynamic drag. PALV claims that since 2018, it has successfully made the switch to a biplane in scaled flights. It also has substantial vertically flying prototypes, even if they lack the polished appearance of the company's mock-ups and ideas. But Professor Wright cautions against underestimating the transition from a prototype to a usable product. Technical difficulties are only one obstacle to building skyways clogged with flying cars. The regulation and certification of flying cars will certainly be difficult, expensive, and time-consuming, much as with any aircraft. Even a road-legal biplane requires a pilot's license to operate. Mr. Duchovny thinks that a drone operator's license would be enough for quick, low-level vertical flying jumps over obstructions. Authorities will probably impose strong limitations on where automobiles may fly. Following on, the company says, "Where we're going, we don't need roads." Professor Wright predicts that there won't be a single vehicle that people can buy, operate, and fly in the future of flying automobiles due to these and other factors. Professor Wright contends that taking a flight would be more like calling a cab. You pull pull out your phone and a robot vehicle would arrive and drive you to a location the size of a small park, where the drone would descend, land, and you would enter. To put it another way, you call a drone taxi. Autonomous passenger drones are being developed by several businesses. Recently, the X2 car was publicly unveiled for the first time by the Chinese company Xpeng in Dubai. However, Duchovny is convinced that it's appealing for a car to be able to fly and drive at the same time. According to him, people have been anticipating a flying automobile for 100 years. Aleph has set the goal to start market production by 2025. Lastly, bases in Coventry and Oxford to offer flying car lessons. It's not long before we will be able to see flying cars everywhere. You can't simply hop into the vehicle and fly it. Flying a car also needs a lot of practice as well as some sort of license. It's not sure how the test for flying cars will be taken, but flying car lessons have already started. Oxford and Coventry have been designated as locations for a Dutch business that intends to offer flying automobiles. Following the completion of testing and license applications, PALV intends to provide training to prospective pilots at the two locations. The PALV Liberty will be available starting in 2022 and will cost slightly over £250,000, 300,000 euros. The automobile has been in development for 12 years, according to the company's sales director, Andy Wall, who also said it's coming so near. The business is already authorized to operate the vehicle on public roads, but it needs authorization to use it in the air. In approximately 10 minutes, the automobile can be transformed into a light aircraft, and drivers will require a pilot's license to operate them. The Liberty's top speed in driving mode is 99 miles per hour, 159 kilometers per hour, while in gyrocopter mode, it is 112 miles per hour, 180 kilometers per hour. Up next is the list of the top 5 flying cars of 2022. Starting off on number 5 is PALV Liberty. This is one of the top items made in Europe because of its Dutch engineering and Italian design. It's a 2-seater aircraft with a maximum takeoff weight of 910 kilograms and a top speed of 160 kilometers per hour. The 100 horsepower supercar has a maximum range of 500 kilometers and 4.3 hours of fuel endurance. Being a gyroplane, the PALV's blades are propelled by the wind and will thus revolve for as long as there is wind. The PALV Liberty was officially launched in 2017, but the creators had the idea in 1999. The first buyers will receive their keys in 2020. Next, at number 4 on the list is Aeromobile 4.0. Thanks to this flying car's exceptional strength and stability, you can get a close-up view of the sky. The lightweight design has received special consideration, but not at the expense of comfort and aesthetics. The fact that this particular flying car is a luxurious one with seats that offer the finest experience for 2 people gives it a unique place in the flying car community. It includes occupant restraint systems and a superior car crash structural design. Additionally, the entire vehicle is equipped with a ballistic recovery parachute. Then, at number 3 on the list is BlackFly. You know you're in for a treat when it comes from a startup that is supported in part by Larry Page, who's rumored to have been fiddling with the prototype for quite some time. The BlackFly, in contrast to some of the types previously discussed, doesn't operate exactly like a vehicle on the road, since it's pulled by 2 carts. Additionally, it can only accommodate 1 person who's 250 pounds in weight and 6.5 feet feet tall. Although it isn't quite the flying vehicle treat, it's still practical and inexpensive, unlike the majority of the other flying cars for sale on our list. It can fly at a top speed of 62 miles per hour and is made to take off and land vertically. The internal battery needs to be charged before it can fly though, and the car is only permitted to fly over open spaces in the United States. Moving to the second flying car on the list, Samson Switchblade. The Samson Switchblade is extremely effective for practical everyday use because of its design. You did read that correctly. In slightly under 3 minutes, it is prepared for takeoff and is capable of 200-mile-per-hour flying and altitudes of 13,000 feet. It has a large interior, can carry 100 pounds of luggage in addition to 2 passengers, and has the same power-to-weight ratio as a 2017 Corvette. Plus, it has its own heating and cooling systems, so you can enjoy it no matter the weather. It includes a 5-speed gearbox for driving, extensible wings and tails that are completely safe, and a 5-speed transmission. Taking up the #1 spot on the list is EHang 184. You may travel above sea level for 25 minutes at a top speed of 100 kilometers per hour. The EHang 184's maximum operating altitude is 500 meters, and battery recharge takes an hour. The fact that this flying automobile has a downward-facing camera is a neat feature that makes it ideal for scientific and investigative uses. Flashlights and signal lights can help with it. This one-seater has some storage capacity and a rated payload of 100 kilograms. It can accommodate a 128-inch backpack. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think about the biplane concept? Comment below, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.